Hello and welcome to the second game I played during the Hauptstadt Legionäre Warhammer tournament. This time I had to go up against a Lizardmen army. You can see they're spread out on the board. I will talk you through the specifics in a moment, but I will start with my deployment. I again deployed heavily on the left flank, and starting from the top I had the Dragon Princes, my first repeatable thrower, the White Lions with my general, then the Spear Elves with the BSB and the level 4, and I forgot the Phoenix who was between the White Lions and the Spear Elves. Then I had my other repeatable throw on the hill, the Phoenix Guard and the Archers. He had from left to right a unit of 3 Pterodons, 10 Skinks, an Ancient Stegodon, 30 Saurus with a Saurus BSB, 3 Salamanders, 10 skirmishing skinks to screen them, and there's his Slan, who was in Corporal, had the Flying Carpet, was Lawmaster, and had the thing where you get to roll an extra power dice for each spell you cast. And he chose the Law of Light, which I found interesting at the first moment, but after I recapped the spells I thought, okay, maybe it could work, and I think we will see if he made it work. Then we have 2 units of 10 or 11 skink skirmishers, another Stegodon, not an ancient one this time, and another unit of 3 Pterodons. Here you can see him doing his vanguard movement, and then he won the roll for the first turn. Marched up everything and moved his Pterodons aggressively up my flanks. During magic, he killed the bolt thrower on the hill with a magic missile, and during shooting, he did nothing. Close combat wasn't to be, so we go to High Elves turn 1. Sorry for the blurry picture. The Dragon Princes charged the Pterodons, and everything else stayed where it was, with the exception of the Phoenix, who changed position a bit. And during magic I got off the arrow attraction. This time I didn't get Frog Scroll, which was nice, but it was the only set I got off. During shooting, the Archers killed 2 of the Pterodons due to that spell, but he made his panic roll, and I killed a few Skinks and wounded the Salamander. Don't know how this happened, but that's the way it looks. In close combat, the Dragon Princes wipe out the Pterodons and overrun of the board. And I forgot to mention, the Dragon Princes tried to, not the Dragon Princes, the White Lions tried to charge the Ancient Stegodon, which, due to the banner of swiftness, it wasn't impossible. I needed to roll an 8 or something, but I rolled double 1s, so the White Lions stay where they are. Then in Lizardmen turn 2, the Skinks charge the bolt thrower, and they made an insane roll of 10 to make it, or 11 even, I don't know, but there they are. Then he moved up everything else and had a nice little concave going on there. And during magic, I think nothing of significance happened. I could shut down his magic pretty effectively. During shooting, he fired his salamanders at the White Lions, and there we had a bit of an argument because I said, okay, you can't shoot through your own units, and he said, okay, but these skinks will by no chance get touched by the template because they were 1 inch away from the salamanders. Their base is less than 1 inch, so the first place where the templates could land were over the skinks, so in front of the skinks, not over. And so the template would never touch the skinks actually. So, and I said, okay, go. Because he was a nice guy, and I wasn't sure myself, and I didn't want to call the judge or whatever. So I said, okay, just let's play the game and do it. But yeah, this killed a few White Lions. I think 7 or whatever. During close combat, he killed 1 of the bolt thrower crew, and we proceed to High Elves turn 2. This picture is from in the middle of the close combat phase when I remembered, oh, I have to take a picture, so it's a bit weird. But the things that I did was I tried to charge the Stegadon again with a white lines, this time needing to roll a 7 or a 6 even, can't remember, and I rolled double 2s. So, not a very lucky bunch of white lions so far in this tournament. The Spear Elves charged the skink screen in front of the Salamanders, and this was stupid, because my thinking was, okay, I will kill them easily and then overrun into the Salamanders, and next round I will kill those easily, completely forgetting about the Saurus or thinking some weird stuff about the white lions being able to charge the Stegadon and then kill it and combat reform and whatever. I just don't know what I was thinking there. It was a bad decision. The Dragon Princess came back onto the table and there was no place where they could do any good stuff, and so I decided to place them where you can see them and just flee from the charge from the ancient Stegadon. The other stupid thing I did was angling the Phoenix Guard, first so that I could see the Pterodon and chase it away, and second to go on top of the hill to have a better position, and I was realizing, okay, the left flank isn't looking too good. What I didn't see was that his Stegadon could easily charge the archers. I was still thinking 7th at that moment, where he couldn't have done it because of the wood. But yeah, it wasn't 7th, and we will see what happens from this. During shooting, the archers killed some handlers and a salamander, I think, which was great. And during magic, I didn't achieve anything. I think, again, it was really ineffective magic phase. Then, during close combat, the Spear Elves kill the skinks and overrun into the salamanders, as I predicted. And we go to Lizardmen turn 3. The Stegadon charges the Dragon Princes who flee. He redirects into the White Lions and makes the charge. The Saurus charged into the Spear Elves and made it, which was, bad. And the Stegadon charges into the Archers, and I was surprised by it. But yeah, you can see it will get a beautiful overrun into the flank of the Phoenix Guard. During magic, I think he didn't achieve... Ah, yes, he did achieve a lot. He buffed his Saurus with both of the spells, and I couldn't stop him. So the Saurus had +1 attack, initiative 10, and always strike first, which was bad news for me. I'm not sure if they needed it, but it was impressive. During shooting, he couldn't do anything. And during close combat, the White Lions killed the ancient Stegadon, mostly due to the prince, and the Saurus and the Salamanders killed a lot of Spear Elves and the BSB, maybe even the Archmage. And then I needed to roll double ones, didn't make it, and he chased me down. The Stegadon killed the archers, or killed a lot of archers. They as well didn't make it and got chased down, and the Stegadon overruns into the flank of the Phoenix Guard. And with a combat of the Phoenix Guard and the Stegadon upcoming, it didn't look too good for the future as well. During High Elves turn 3, the General and the White Lions charged into the Slan. Yeah, and this is when I realized that I had forgotten to give the Amulet of Light to my General that he normally has, and so he just had a plain two-handed weapon, and there were no magic attacks anywhere in the army. And yeah, this was the point where I realized that. And okay, so I had the +1 from the charge and the +1 from the flank, but okay, he's the Slan, he's a Lizardman, he can roll 3 dice. He easily made it, and then reformed so that I won't get the flank the next turn. And this is where I think I forgot to take pictures, but it doesn't matter too much. What happened was, at some point, the Stegadon, I think in the next round, the Stegadon walked up the hill. The Dragon Princess charged it the next turn, but didn't manage to kill it or even wound it, so it just killed the crew in the following turns, but always the Stegadon holds. I made a lot of armor saves, so the Dragon Princess hold as well. The Saurus block charged in to help the Slan, and because he issued a challenge the first round and the Slan killed one, I wasn't able to kill any Saurus because the only model touching the Saurus was the champion who was in the challenge, and then I think I made insane rolls for my breaking test, so every round or at least for 2 rounds, I was holding there, and while the Dragon Princess and the Stegadon just fluffed their attacks and 2 wound rolls every single turn. This goes on for a few turns, nothing else really happened or could have happened, and at the end, finally in his 5th turn, or in my 5th turn, I can't remember, the Saurus finally break the prince and run him down. Oh no, the prince stayed because he was with the White Lions who were stubborn. That's the reason why they stayed. But, however, after the last lion died, the prince didn't make his roll and got chased down by the Saurus, who overrun into the Dragon Princess, and I think the next round the Dragon Princess and the Stegadon, the Saurus and the Stegadon kill the Dragon Princess, which was the end of the game. I think it was turn 6 perfectly. And as you can see, this was all what was left on the board after the game, and I got tabled there, which was mostly due to horrific decisions I made. I don't know if horrific is the good word for that, but they were horrible decisions. Really letting my guys down there with the decisions I made, and he played very well. I just couldn't stop him. But again, he was a really nice guy, and I don't know, after turn 3 or when things really got down the drain, I started again to enjoy it because it was too funny what happened, and yeah, you can see not a single Saurus is missing in his block. And it was a 20-0 because I only got points for the Ancient Stegadon and 1 unit of Pterodons, and he got points for everything, including extra points for killing the general and standards and whatever. So I hope for better luck and better decisions in the next game, and I hope you enjoyed this one. Hello and welcome to the second game I played during the Hauptstadt Legionäre Warhammer tournament. This time I had to go up against a Lizardmen army. You can see they're spread out on the